Here's why Tyra Banks is being sued for almost $3 million. My name is Paige Sparks. I'm a lawyer. Spoiler alert, this has nothing to do with America's Next Top Model. Tyra Banks and her business partner / boyfriend are being sued by a landlord for allegedly breaching a contract that they entered into a 10-year lease for her ice cream company, Smize and Dream. According to the lawsuit, Tyra and her boyfriend signed that lease for 10 years starting in April 2024, and they agreed to establish a flagship store in Washington, D.C. for the ice cream company. The landlord says he has suffered damages by turning away other tenants and spending money to get the place ready, and then they never opened a shop there. In the lawsuit, he specifically alleges that Banks and her boyfriend backed out of the agreement. They breached the agreement by not paying rent, never opening a store there, and then opening a store at a totally different location, which hurt him financially. Now, here's for the weird part. It's unclear why, but in December 2025, the landlord voluntarily dismissed his lawsuit against Tyra and her boyfriend. Since then, Tyra has now filed a motion for sanctions, alleging that he's trying to weaponize her celebrity stardom against her to get her to pay, that it was a celebrity shakedown, and she's seeking $50,000 in sanctions against the landlord. By requesting for sanctions, Tyra's lawyer specifically said that she seeks reimbursement for spending time and money defending herself against this meritless, baseless lawsuit as part of the celebrity shakedown where the landlord was just trying to extort money from her. She has always denied any wrongdoing from the original lawsuit being filed. Now, for my opinion as a lawyer, I don't think the motion for sanctions will be granted because the lawsuit was voluntarily dismissed. In general, losing a case or voluntarily dismissing it is not enough for a court to award sanctions against a party that filed it. This is to encourage people to use the judicial system. If everyone was afraid that they may have to pay money, they would never pursue their own claims because of the huge risk. Now, the court may issue sanctions if it finds that there was an improper purpose for filing, like just to harass someone like Tyra because of her public image, or if the claims in the underlying lawsuit are not supported by any facts. The landlord voluntarily dismissing the case does not prove that the lawsuit was frivolous. Courts usually allow for dismissal without punishing the person that filed, especially so early on in the case before there's been a lot of discovery, depositions, or other expenses, so I would not think that the motion for sanctions will be granted. For example, I think his lawyers could even make the argument to the court like, hey, we didn't realize she was a resident in Australia now. That is very complex international law. We just dismissed the lawsuit to move on. They may say something like that. I don't think the court would grant sanctions. Motions for sanctions are commonly filed and frequently denied. Unless she can show that this was some form of extortion or that the landlord was literally lying, like the contract didn't exist, I don't see her getting sanctions. As always, comment to let me know what you